12, the Hebrew, okay, the men, the angels, said unto Lot, hast thou here
They're
any
questioning,
besides thy son-in-law and thy sons?
right?
Is that implying there was?
I don't think so. I think he's asking
No, his,
if you have
Oh, their
this.
limited knowledge, they're not all knowing angels? Oh, that's interesting.
Well, they asked.
The two aren't.
Well, they just.
Well,
kind of
I don't think angels are.
I think they were
I
just
don't think
making.
angels are
I don't
omniscient.
think they are.
No.
I
So they would ask.
agree with that, I accept
Yeah,
that.
they would ask and say, okay, do you have any of your sons-in-laws, your sons, your daughters,
Cell phone?
you know, whatever, and whatsoever thou hast in the city. So it's even saying, and pick up your belongings and bring them out of this place. Pack up,
Well, he warned them, but they wouldn't go.
yeah, right? Yeah, well, the son-in-laws wouldn't, but we never really hear any place, the son-in-laws and his sons.
yeah, it does say son-in-law, it says, Hatad actually is the,
Right, the
the
son-in-law.
bridegroom.
Yeah, the bridegroom.
And then it says Uvadeka, that is, and your sons, and your son.
Oh, but that's in the questioning part. Where
Right,
they're,
it's still in the questioning part.
yeah, but you never
Who
see
else do you
the
have?
son-in-laws, it says the son-in-laws laughed, the sons never laughed. Thought he was kidding, when Lot told him, and the son-in-laws thought he was kidding,
Right.
you know.
I counted how many men in the city were homosexuals.
You counted that?
Yeah.
Oh,
It said here somewhere, I can't find it again. It gave the
A lot?
exact number. All.
okay. Oh, yeah. A lot.
Not all,
One,
not a number.
like ancient counting,
Other.
one, two, many. Okay, so we know, I mean, obviously Lot and his family are full of sin.
Yeah,
We see, what we know is absolutely prescribed against a father sleeping with their daughter. Now, that's not what happened quite. We saw a daughter sleeping with her father. Still,
the first one.
the first one.
But then the second time, when he allowed himself to get drunk the second time, when he woke up the first time and knew what had happened, then he
And we
was,
said it, no, he knew what
I
happened.
thought it didn't.
well,
I
he
thought it
was
said he didn't know.
responsible. Yeah, it said
And they made,
3 strikes and you're out.
the older, okay, hold on.
this is great, and he says, and they made, in 33,
Yeah, they plied their father.
shakah,
2133?
They
to
plied their
irrigate.
father with wine on that night. The older one came and lay with him. And he was not aware of her lying down and getting up, and it
Right.
was.
nor when she rose.
Yeah, and on the next day, the older one said, da, 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 da.
Although it's interesting, this word, and they made, says, and they made
Yeah.
their father.
Right.
There's the word shakah. It says a primitive root to quaff, possibly to irrigate or furnish a potion to cause or to give, to drink. So, you know, I love the term potion though. It's,
Yeah, they got him drunk.
yeah, and the drink, the wine is,
Jim,
yes ma'am.
it's kind of interesting that they were, because how many days are we supposed to be further? Not very many, are we?
Oh,
I don't really know.
you would know
I don't.
better than I, but yes, there is there's like a 15-day or 10 days, I think it is actually, isn't it? Something like that? A month?
I don't
No,
know.
it's at about 3, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
it's
Were you
not very
really
long.
that?
It's not very long at all. It's
Okay.
really further.
3 to
And
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, it's interesting that they both got pregnant, you know. during
Yeah,
that
within a
time.
2-day period.
Well, I think it's still the same thing as I was talking about Hagar, the fact that they were, I mean, God obviously, if he brings life, they were made to,
Well, and you look, you think, I mean, I don't know when Abram married Sarai, but they went a lot of years and never hit that 3 to 5 day period.
No kidding.
If it's that, you
Yeah,
know,
she was way past the 3 to
right.
5
If
days.
it's that cut and dry, then they never,
That was-
Way
you know,
past.
they really messed the calendar up, but,
That's why it was a miracle.
so, I mean, your point,
Only
It's perfectly
Yahweh
well
knows
taken.
why.
It obviously was
Right.
supposed to, I
you
mean,
know.
it happened.
I'm sorry, but one of my favorite Proverbs, 1633. The lot is cast into the lap, but the outcome is determined by the Lord.
Amen.
You know?
Boy, that could be taken literally. Lot was cast.
That's right.
It is not a capital L, but
I know.
just for the record, but, I mean, I think it's perfect because we're seeing so many things. Now, granted, this whole book is filled with at least the,
I think, I guess the whole concept that, that God does everything for good, like, I guess it's what I kept seeing with everything was, you know, especially with that situation was, oh, like, whoa, that happened, but then Ruth came. But you know what I mean? And so it's just, I don't know, that constant, like, no matter what we do,
well,
we still-
look at the people that we exalt. Excuse me. Look at the people that we exalt, that he exalts.
But how many?
David, he exalted David.
And how many generations were there between Lot and his daughters and Ruth?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. I'm just saying, the specifics that we are given, the exact pictures that we're given,
Generations.
you know? I mean, he exalts, if you will, if you want to call it exalt. He doesn't actually ever exalt anyone. But he, in our eyes, we look upon David. David's different than everybody else. He's special. You know? I mean, our Mashiach came through his line. Okay? But we all know that David was less than perfect.
Oh, yeah.
You know? I mean, we're not given, I mean, obviously with purpose, we're not given anyone who's perfect except one. You know? I mean, so, is our Lot's daughters, or for that matter, is Lot any lower than Abram or Abraham?
Because in 2 Peter, he calls Lot a righteous man.
I mean, my point, the point that I really want to make with this,
That's it.
very much right there. And that in God's eyes, sin is sin. Whether I go out from here today and look at a woman lustfully and another man sleeps with another man, that sin is absolutely no different in God's eyes. We are moral. We create levels of morality. Well, this is worse than that. Clearly, murder is worse than
Adultery.
not keeping the Sabbath. Right? I mean, what reasonable man would not say it's better for you to profane the Sabbath than to kill somebody? We're moral. Absolutely the same in God's eyes.
The 613 listed on a ranking scale. Okay.
And-
Point number one, all of them.
Yeah, right, exactly. Which is the greatest? Oh, yeah, that one. All of them. You know? So, I mean, I think, again, being able to put ourselves and see ourselves, see our lives, see our situations, see our past, see our present, and see our future. All in His Word.
Was and is to come.
Absolutely.
It is.
I mean, but that's where value comes from, in His Word. If you cannot see your past, your present, and your future in His Word, you will not value it. And so looking, if you will then, looking for our past, our present, and our future, and looking for us, not vilifying Lot, going, oh, what a terrible guy. Gosh, I'm glad I'm not like Lot.
Back up, regroup.
I guarantee you I've been like Lot. If I'm not like Lot today, and if I'm not careful and seeing myself and my situation in Lot, I may not be like him in the future.
Oh, no.
That's when this book and this word will have value for us in our lives. When every week, and He's so beautiful, every week He gives us, tune in next week, when in fact I will point out how you're like this guy. And tune in next week when I will point out how, like, when you were like this, you were like this. I got your whole story. I got your story written out in here. I got your story. It's right in here. I'm not going to say which chapter and which verse, but it's in here.
Find it.
Find it.
Seek me and you will find me.
Seek me and you will find me. Absolutely.
Hallelujah.
Beautiful. Okay, it's late.
But he just,
Gosh, it's late. And I have to cook spaghetti.
Uh-oh.
I have sauce.
We can smell